Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Michael Aranini and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm a real estate investor based out of San Antonio, Texas. And today I'm gonna walk you through this property here behind me, which was supposed to actually be a really quick flip. And a lot of things went wrong here. So I'm gonna take you through the good, the bad, show you everything that kind of happened, why this ended up not being such a great deal. And all that I ask is if you go down and give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and get into it. Now, to go ahead and give you some backstory on this deal, we bought this property December of 2022 for $160,000, and we were able to get some creative financing in place to make this a pretty good deal, so it seemed. So the seller actually had a mortgage on this property for about $95,000, what it was. So we actually took over their mortgage subject to, so we didn't have to come out of pocket for the money for that. And then we also gave the seller basically a deed of trust on the property for the other $65,000 that they wanted to get, and agreed that they would go ahead and get that 6 months or sometime within 6 months after we closed on that property initially. So we bought the property for $160,000 and we only had to come to closing with about, I think it was like $1,000 or maybe $1,500 for closing costs pretty much, and that was it. So we just had that out of pocket and then our repair costs. And we'll get into the repairs a little bit, but it wasn't a ton that we had to do here. This house is only, I think, 17 or 18 years old. I think it was built in 2005. So it's not that old of a property. We just did some cosmetic stuff, carpet cleaning, some painting, had to redo the fence. The only real expensive things that we had to do here was we had to replace the AC and we had to redo, like I said, part of the fence. Other than that, we had a new roof that was just put on, so we didn't have to deal with any of that stuff, and it was a pretty good property. We got everything done here at this place in about a week and a half, got it photographed, cleaned, and put on the market, and we were ready to roll. We had this property priced pretty well. We had it priced at $225,000, and basically compared to the stuff that's around here in the area, that was a really well-priced property. Pretty much right away, we started getting a ton of showings, but unfortunately, we had a big issue. We had only owned the property for about 2 weeks at the time, and we started getting a bunch of people who wanted to submit FHA offers. So now if you know anything about FHA, you actually can't sell a house to an FHA buyer until you've owned the property for 90 days. And like I said, we only owned it for about 2 weeks. And now being that this property is kind of on the lower end of the price point here in San Antonio, I kind of expected that we were gonna get FHA, but I was hoping that maybe because we're buying a military base too, we get some VA buyers, maybe even conventional offers here on this property. So we ended up getting, I think, 4 offers total, and they were all FHA. So the property ended up sitting on the market for a while. We started getting, some realtors were reaching out, kind of asking like, hey, this property looks like it's really good. Can you tell me why it's still on the market and sitting so long? So we're telling them, yeah, we've had offers, but they've all been FHA. And unfortunately, we just can't do anything with FHA yet. So as time went on, we went ahead and tried a couple other things to kind of make the deal a little bit more enticing. So we dropped our price down a little bit to $222,500. So we did a $2,500 price drop. And then we also offered some concessions. So we were offering $3,500 as well in concessions to basically do a rate buy down for the buyers. And that ended up getting us a lot more interest in the property as well too, but a bunch of FHA buyers. So eventually we ended up getting an offer on the property around day 70, and it's FHA, but kind of at that point, you're able to kind of have some wiggle room because we're not gonna be closing until after the 90-day period. So we went ahead and got that contract signed. However, rather than just $3,500 in concessions, they were needing $7,400 in concessions. So it's like an extra $4 grand. And now at this point, we've had the house in the market for a while. It's got that stigma because it's been sitting there for so long. So we went ahead and agreed to it. So we're under contract at $222,000 with $7,400 in concessions. But then we get our appraisal. And our appraisal comes in at $212,000, $10,000 short of the price that we're already lowered by, and we're already offering a ton of concessions for. So now, unfortunately, these FHA appraisals stick with the property. I might be wrong on that, but because we were only getting FHA here, and I think that FHA appraisal also sticks if there ends up being a VA buyer as well too, unfortunately, we just had to move forward with it, and we're taking an additional $10K loss on it because of that. And I say loss, even though we're not actually losing money on the property, but it's just drastically less than what we kind of initially expected to be making on here. So to me, it's kind of like a loss. Initially, we were hoping to make about $35,000 to $40,000 on this property, and now it looks like we're gonna end up netting around $15,000. But let me go ahead and show you guys everything we did to the place. So in here in the living room, we went ahead and repainted the whole house. It wasn't too bad, but the paint was kind of a little off in some places, so we repainted the whole house. We also put in new fixtures throughout the property. Over here in the kitchen, all we had to do was replace the dishwasher that was here. And then again, we put in new fixtures and painted. That stove there was already here. We also changed out hardware too, put in new door hardware. on the doors. Down in here with the half bathroom, and again, we just painted, and that's pretty much it. Got one car garage there, laundry room back there. And let me go ahead and show you guys upstairs. That's where we got 3 of the bedrooms. All 3 bedrooms are upstairs and 2 bathrooms. All right, so let's start off with our master. So here in the master, again, it's kind of the same thing we did here. We went ahead and just painted, put in new fixtures. So we got a new ceiling fan here. Actually, over here in the shower, we actually went ahead and refinished the shower. Just kind of freshen it up and look a little bit nicer. So this is just refinished in white. And then we've got another bedroom over here on this side. Nothing real crazy here to see. Bathroom here, we actually have to replace the toilet that's here, which is why that looks like that. Another bedroom over here. And then we've got this loft or game room kind of area back over here. As you can see, this is a pretty light remodel. Like I said, the only big ticket items we really had was replacing the HVAC and then redoing the fence. Besides that, it was just repainting the interior, changing out fixtures, and changing out some door hardware. So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really just want to break down, how this property went and keep everything completely transparent. So deals don't always go the way you expect them to. Sometimes they take longer to sell. They don't sell for as much as you expect them to, which is why it's super, super important. And I am always super conservative whenever I'm buying properties because this is just reality. Sometimes this stuff happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you could, like I said earlier, give me a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.